Well, the fight against Galamsey is pretty much a government issue as it is a media issue. The media has been heavily involved. Perhaps one of the biggest campaigns, or one of the campaigns that has had the biggest involvement of the media is this fight against Galamsey. There's a media coalition against illegal mining. It has issued a joint statement with Occupy Ghana, raising several questions in relation to this issue of the missing excavators. Now, what we have done is to come to the office of Ken Ashigbe, who is representing the media coalition, or leads the media coalition, to pick his thoughts and actually get a more clarification on this statement that they jointly issued with Occupy Ghana. Welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Thank you very much, Umara.
So, what in the minister's statement, and I'm referring to Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng's statement, raised eyebrows that made you issue that joint statement?
Well, for the minister to have said that the excavators were not 500, but they were less than that, but could not even give us a number, and then agree that excavators were missing, definitely was a worrying thing. And we are already had begun to see some signs of the fact that we're losing some of the battles. In the Western region, 4 Ghanaians had lost their lives in the Galamsey pit. If you look at the Daboise water treatment plant, the turbidity of the water was so bad. We then looked into the law and then realized that how could this have happened? If you consider the 2006 Minerals and Mining Act, it is very specific in some terms of things like the excavators. It says that when anybody is mining, it's called mining without a lease, a mining lease or a small-scale mining license, and is using any equipment, the person has committed a crime. And definitely the person should be arrested, the equipment should be confiscated. But when those equipments are confiscated, they are supposed to be in the custody of the police. So how could these excavators have been given to the MMDAs to the extent that we now could not find even one excavator? So definitely that was worrying.
What is your fear? Is it your fear that someone in high authority is selling these excavators because someone has been arrested as we speak?
Well, before even what the minister had said, the reason why this could come up is because there had been complaints from some small-scale miners who could not find the excavators. They go to the places where they're supposed to go and collect the excavators. They can't find it. There was a situation about one of the excavators that was traced and found again in a forest reserve, engaged in Galamsey, and had even been banned. So definitely there was something amiss. There was the situation that we were not accounting properly for these excavators.
We have seen, and we're just returning from the site at Adentan, where there's a yard housing close to 100 excavators. 88 is the figure that we got. And these are some of the excavators that were retrieved. And we are told that a lot of them are being brought to this centralized point. Does that solve the problem, you think?
I really would wish that, because where you're talking about close to the New Goil, the challenge is that, is this under the control of the police? Because if it is not under the control of the police, it's flouting the 2006 Minerals and Mining Act, because it's very specific. And as a country of rule of laws, we should not allow people to do things anyhow. And I'm pretty sure that the framers of the law recognize the fact that under the police care, the security of it would be more guaranteed than currently the way we are doing it.
This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. This is a story that we are covering, bringing you all the angles that you need to know. Stay with us. What exactly is the state of affairs? Let's hear now from the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. It has a special branch that focuses on seizing and other management of these particular excavators. I've come to speak to the leader for the group. Hello, welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Yeah, hello.
Let me get properly your designation.
I'm the leader of the special team set by the minister, and our job is to monitor, investigate, evacuate, and arrest.
And your name is Nana
Yabuedu.
Fantastic. So let's begin with the first aspect, monitoring. What were you supposed to be doing?
We were supposed to monitor the operations of Operation Vanguard and Galamsey.
And this is under the IMCIM?
Exactly.
Okay. Are you also part of the group that has been seizing the excavators?
No, we are recently took over from my predecessor, Eko, who was in charge of the evacuation.
So you're replacing Eko, who was,
Yes.
so you're doing the work that Eko is doing.
Yes,
so
the
you
team is doing it.
So you are cutting excavators from mining sites. Explain to me what your job
Our
entails.
job basically is to move in to arrest all the excavators, evacuate
With the
all-
support of the Vanguard.
Yes, and the seized excavators that were seized by the operations of Vanguard and Galamsey,
Okay.
so that we can evacuate every machine that was seized by them to a central point, which is at aviation, which you have gone to see it yourself.
I see. So tell me about the seizures. How many have you seized so far since you began this operation? Do you know?
Yes, since we took office, and the record shows that 1st August 2017 to 31st January 2020, as I'm speaking, 315 excavators were seized.
Is it true that hundreds of excavators are missing?
As we have started an investigation, I cannot come out with a figure of the missing missing excavators, but I admit the fact that some of the machines has gone back to the site, and we are now looking into it whether it was sold, or it has been rented, or it has been given back to the owners.
Where did you take them to after seizing them?
Earlier on, when they seize the machines, they normally take them to the assemblies, then the police station. Then they later decided to evacuate it to Accra, which they started with 4 different yards. One is at Oyarefa, Abelempe Industrial Area, and Tema Community 9. So that was the area that they started evacuating them from the assemblies to those yards.
Across the country?
Across the country.
And who is in charge of these yards? Who owns these yards? Or who runs or manages these yards?
It was under Eko Ewisi's
Supervision. And so this was supposed to be the points that you bring them to after seizing them.
Exactly.
And what happens next?
So Eko was supervising it. So after we took over, we did the inventory, and the inventory that we gathered in Accra here was 127.
127.
Yes.
That's the number of excavators you have.
That is in Accra here.
Even though you've seized 315.
Yes.
Are there other yards
Yes.
across?
As we speak, some are in Obuasi.
Do you know how many are in Obuasi?
I can't give you the figure.
Do you have an estimate?
I don't want to come out with a figure for now, since I don't have it right here. And
Where
some
else
are
do you?
in Takwa, the Vanguard yard.
How many? What is your plan?
Our plan is that we want to get one central point, so that whoever comes that he's looking for his machine can easily access it. So that when you go there and you don't see your machine or don't find your machine, then you can easily come up boldly that yes, it's true, your machine is missing.
And what happens to them when they are brought to this central point? What is the next plan after you bring them there?
That one I leave it to the government. Now what we plan doing is that we are not going to do any cover-up again. We are going with a camera. So when we enter the site, there will be a camera on it. We want Ghanaians to know whatever is happening at the mining site. So when you are doing the right thing, Ghanaians will know. When you are not doing the right thing, Ghanaians will know.
That's Nana Yaobuedu. He's the man who took over from Mr. Horace Ewusi, the man who actually is undergoing investigation for, several issues that have been raised, including a possibility of being involved in criminal issues. And he has been referred to the CID. They've arrested him and he's being questioned. We are told he's been granted bail.